Information on how long you need to wait after wood is cut for mushroom cultivation is all over the map. This is with good reason. We live in a big country with a lot of climate zones and a lot of different types of wood, all of which can affect the aging process. Today we're going to be going over a few ways to keep your logs protected from the elements and suitable for shiitake cultivation. Hopefully, we'll be able to ease your fear and answer the question, is it too late to inoculate? It's late winter to early springtime, and you go for a walk in the woods. Now, you come across this beautiful tree. It's winter, so there won't actually be leaves on it, and you think to yourself, wow, what a tree for mushroom cultivation. So you go, nay, you run to go get your chainsaw. And then once you get your chainsaw, you return to this tree, and you cut that tree up into proper size shiitake logs. Now, you're gonna wanna cut the logs right away, and they're gonna wanna be about 3 feet in length and 4 to 6 inches in diameter. Once you cut them, you're going to want to stack them like such, either in a dead stack or in a pyramid stack. You want to keep your logs protected from the direct sun to prevent them from drying out. Ideally, you want a slow, even dry throughout all your logs. This will prevent the logs from over drying and also prevent any disease problems. Once stacked, you're going to want to keep them out of the elements, away from the sun and away from the wind, either by covering them with a tarp, this is a tarp, or by doing something simpler, such as placing them in a shaded, protected area. Again, it's winter, so there won't be leaves, so pretend that's a conifer. Or if you live in the northern reaches of the country, you can wait for Mother Nature to dump that February to March snow onto those logs, giving them a nice little snow blanket. Now eventually, we'll be graced with the beautiful season that we call spring. The sun will come out, and it's going to melt that blanket of snow right on off your logs. Probably, at this point, you're going to be thinking, well, I need to inoculate right now. Well, are they too dry? How long do I have? The best way is to take a look. A few things are going to affect the dryness of your logs. One is how they've been exposed to the elements. Have they been sitting in the sun? Have they been sitting in the wind? Another thing you're going to want to look at is the bark thickness. The thicker the bark, the longer it's going to take those logs to dry out. The best way to determine how dry the logs are to simply look at them. Look at the ends of the logs. There's going to be a variety of different cracking, from no cracks to thin cracks to thick cracks. Now, if you're looking at that drawing and being like, I still have no idea, don't worry. Just sit here, look at your computer, and we have provided you with some real-life pictures that will helpfully show you better than my drawing. These logs were cut 3 months ago. As you can see, we've kept them under some pine boughs. This has kept them out of the wind and out of the sun. These are logs from that same cut, but these were kept inside in a dry environment, and you can see a variety of different cracking on them. Again, these were the ones kept protected, and you can see nearly no cracking on these logs. These were the ones indoors. Look at those cracks. They are mighty big. However, don't think that cracking is necessarily a bad thing. We actually recommend that once you cut your logs, they sit for at least 2 weeks. This gives the logs time to dry out a little bit, making room for the mycelium to run through the log. Ideally, the crack will be anywhere from 1/3 to 2/3 radiating out from the center of the log. If your cracks have reached the edge of the log and you can fit a coin in it, it might be too dry. This can take different amounts of time depending on where you are in the country. If you're living up in the north in the cool climates where it averages 0 to 30 degrees for a couple months at a time, you have up to 6 months in the best conditions for that log to reach that cracked stage. In areas that have more of the 45 to 60 degree range, you have up to 3 months to reach that cracked stage. And in the warmest parts of the country, where it ranges 60 to 80 degrees on average, you have about 1 month until it reaches that cracked stage. Now, if you're sitting here and you're thinking, well, shoot, they're there. Never fear, we have a solution for you. All you have to do is you have to take that log and you need to just toss it in some water. Boop. And let it soak for 24 to 48 hours. This will help the log reabsorb water. As you can see, there's a cracked end of this log. So here's Mary Ellen plopping it into a tank and soaking it. After 24 to 48 hours, your logs should be able to still bounce up to the top. This shows that they still have air in them. If there's air like this, you can simply take the logs, let the surface dry, and then they're ready to inoculate. If they're waterlogged and sink to the bottom, you're going to want to take them out of the tank and let them dry for 24 hours. Now, that was quite a bit of information thrown at you in approximately 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So, if you want to learn more and read at your leisure, feel free to go to the blog section at the bottom of our website, and you'll be able to read all about the scientific matters of water and logs. We hope this helps, and if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to help. Happy inoculating!